and good evening. We're going to wait just a few minutes to let all of our friends join us. But I hope you're all having a wonderful evening and enjoying some of this weather. I know it was a little bit warmer today than it has been in the past. It was pretty chilly this weekend, I think. And we'll just wait a few more minutes to let everybody pop on. But hopefully you're all having a good evening. We're going to be talking about conversions that have to do with measuring things. So we'll be using some different types of measuring stuff for baking and cooking. And then we have a little bit of a fun project to do afterwards. When this is all over and you can post your pictures of that. But we're just going to wait just a few more minutes, or about a minute, maybe not a few minutes, but at least another minute or so just to let all of our friends kind of hop on real quick, and then we'll get started. But I hope you're all having a wonderful day. Say hello if you're here so I can say hi to you. All right, so I think we'll go ahead and get started. So first things first, my name is Emily Diehl. I'm the Outdoor Experience Manager out at one of our camps, that is Camp Ginger Cascades. My camp is located in Lenoir, North Carolina, which is near Boone. And I'm with Girl Scouts Carolina's Peaks to Piedmont, and we serve 40 counties in North Carolina, all the way from Western North Carolina to Central North Carolina. And I'm really glad you all could join us today. So the first thing we're going to do is I'm just going to show you some of my baking measuring equipment that I have, and kind of all that. So I'll start with kind of small. So I have a set of just small measuring spoons that go from a tablespoon, which is this big one, and then I have a teaspoon, and then I have half a teaspoon, and then a fourth teaspoon. That's okay. But this is a really little one. So we're going to be talking about how we can use all of these today. If you're missing one, how you could use the others to make sure you get all of your recipes correct. The other set of measuring cups that I have today are actual measuring cups. So I have everything from a cup to a half cup, which is this one, to I have a third of a cup, and then a fourth of a cup. And so you can kind of see, just like with my measuring spoons, my measuring cups, they all kind of fit into one another. And then the other one that I have is my big one, which we'll kind of talk about as well. This is actually a 2-cup measuring cup. But the cool thing about this one, I don't know if you can quite see. I'll see if I can find like a piece of paper that'll maybe help block it out a little bit. But you can kind of see this one has 2 cups, but it also tells you how many ounces are in each thing and then what it is. So on here you can see that if I fill this whole thing up for 2 cups, that actually equals a whole pint. And if I only need half a cup, that's 4 ounces. If I need a whole cup, that is 8 ounces. And then the cool thing about this one is on the other side, if you're doing anything that has to do with like milliliters, it actually has that on the other side. So one side is cups and the other side is milliliters. So you can see on here, there's lines for 100 milliliters, 150, and it goes all the way up to 500 milliliters, which is half of a liter. So if you think of your 2 liter of soda, you could get a fourth of your 2 liter of soda into this, which would be half a liter. So that's these. What I'm going to show you too is a really fun way that you can remember your different conversions, and I'll post this picture in the comments after we're done, so you guys can look at it, make your own drawings, make your own conversion person. But this is a really fun one. And you can see on here is we have our gallon. So if you think about if you get milk or anything like that and it comes in a gallon, one of those big jugs, that's a gallon, and their arms and legs are quarts. So what this shows us is for our gallon friend, their arms and their legs are quarts. So if we count 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 quarts equal a gallon. And then off of each of their limbs, you can see they have 2 pints. So 2 pints equals a quart. 4 quarts equal a gallon. And then off on the pints over here, which I guess would kind of be their fingers, is you see the word cups. And so you can see 2 cups equals 1 pint, 2 pints equal 1 quart, and 1 quart equals a gallon. So this is a really fun project. You can actually draw this out yourself. And like I said, I'll post a couple different pictures of our friend here, so you can kind of see. And this is something that I use all the time. I love, love, love to bake, and I love to try new recipes. And sometimes it'll say things and you're like, oh, I'm not sure how many of that is. So you can Google it, or you can always just keep one of these on your refrigerator just in case if you need to know. And I'll also post this one below. I know this one is a little hard. This is another one, but it's just the different kind of measurings. And this one I like as well because it has all of them on just one sheet. And so you can see on here, it'll say 1 tablespoon is equal to 3 teaspoons. So going back to our measuring spoons, if for some reason you don't have a tablespoon, which this has happened to me before, I've been cooking and I was like, oh no, where's my tablespoon? You can use a teaspoon. 3 of these equals 1 of these. So 3 of my yellow equals 1 of my blue. So I'll post this one for you guys as well. But this one's really fun because you can see, again, 1/4 of a cup. If you think about 1/4 of a cup, if you're missing your 1/4 of a cup, you can use 4 tablespoons. Or if we go back, if we don't have a tablespoon, all we have is a teaspoon. If we need 4 tablespoons, that means we would need 12 teaspoons to equal 1/4 of a cup. So this is also fun if you're home and you're wanting to do some fun math. Another thing I like to do, sometimes when I bake, if I'm just baking for me and I'm making cookies or something like that, and I don't want to make, like 40 cookies, because I'm like, there's no way I'm going to eat 40 cookies by myself. I will use my good friend, this sheet right here, to help me cut my recipe in half. So if my recipe calls for 2 cups of chocolate chips, but I'm only going to make half a batch, then that means I only need 1 cup. And so it helps kind of help me figure out if I have to cut everything in half, how much I need. And then you can use your different measuring tools that you have, like your spoons or your cups, to help measure out all of your different ingredients. But that's kind of what we're going over today. Let me know if you guys have any questions. But definitely, if you have a favorite cookie recipe, let me know, because I do love to bake. Or if you have a favorite, any kind of favorite. I'm a good baker. I'm not a good cooker. So I can make cakes and I can make pastry and biscuits and stuff like that. But sometimes I don't do so well when I'm trying to make a homemade pizza. But if you have a good dessert recipe or anything like that, post it down below. Let me know. I'd love to be able to use my little conversion chart or my other little gallon friend here and do the recipe. And I'll post a picture. If you post a recipe, I'll post a picture of how it turns out. But this is always really fun. And like I said, I'll post these images in the comments below so that you have them. And if you draw your own gallon person, don't forget to add some colors. I only have a camp printer, so it only prints in black and white. But you can do these on all kinds of different colors. And like I said, this is a good thing just to have if you are doing any cooking, baking, anything like that. Or if you just need to divvy out something equally. This shows you how many things are in each thing. So how many cups are in a pint? how many pints are in a quart, and then how many quarts are in a gallon. And you can do all kinds of fun little math problems if you like math. You can use all of these conversions and make your own kind of math problems. And this one's really neat. Like I said too, this one has all of them. So I know it's kind of backwards on here, and I'll post the image so you can see. But if we just go over, like with the quart, if in 1 quart, that's 2 pints or 4 cups or 32 ounces or 0.95 liters. And so this kind of image just shows you kind of what all of that looks like. It's just a good resource to have. And then, like I said, if you do have any favorite recipes or anything like that, post them below. I'd love to give them a try. Or if you've baked some recently, take a picture. Let us see. And if you draw out your little gallon conversion friend, color them, post them down below. I'd love to see them and maybe get a little more colorful than mine. Like I said, I only have a black and white printer at camp, so he's not as colorful as he could be. And then, just play around with different things. How many, if you just want to experiment, what you can always do is if you have some measuring spoons or measuring cups, you can always create your own hypothesis and figure out how many of, say, a half teaspoon would fit in our half cup. And then you can just use water and count and kind of figure that out. But it's really good. And I believe next week, my good friend Alicia, I think, is actually going to do a little bit of baking with everybody on our Facebook Lives and use some of these conversions and I'm sure some of these same kind of tools that we have in our kitchen. She'll be using that. I just wanted to hop on, go over that with you. And like I said, if you have a favorite dessert recipe or anything, definitely let me know. I love to bake. I'd love to make it. And don't forget to draw us your gallon person so that you can color them and just let us see your creative side. And like I said, I'll post these in the both this conversion chart and our good friend here in the comments as soon as this is over so that you guys can have that as a reference for you. And if you guys have any questions, definitely let us know. And don't forget to like us on Facebook, follow us on Facebook so you get the notifications when we go live. And then don't forget to join us at 11, 4, and 7 every day. And don't forget to check out our events page. We are hosting some virtual badge programs and journey programs, and we'd love to see you guys online. But I hope you have a good rest of your night and go make some cookies. Bye, guys.